welcome back to the channel. Last night I uploaded a video. It was really late. It looked horrible, but you know, it's what happens. So I just knew if I didn't do it, I wouldn't do the video. So I just had to. So last night, Jake Paul, I was seeing trending and FBI, and I was like, what the heck is he doing? What kind of shenanigans is he doing now? Because he's well known for doing stunts that, like, he wants everybody to think is true. And at first, when I saw it, I was like, I'm not even gonna get it. It's like some kind of shenanigan he's doing. So I'm not even gonna, like, he's done too many things, right? Like, none of it's true. But then I saw another YouTuber tweet about, like, what is going on? There's, like, FBI and tanks going down through Calabasas, and I was like, what? Wait, tanks? What kind of shenanigan? Again, still not thinking it was true. But apparently TMZ was the one that I saw that reported on it, was that the FBI did raid Jake Paul's house in Calabasas. And at first nobody knew what was going on. And then they did have some aerial shots. They saw them bringing out guns. Now, Jake Paul was not home, so he was away. I haven't yet to see where he was, but he was away. And then they also did a secondary house that was in Las Vegas, the Graffiti House. And that is owned by one of his friends. And what's his name? He's this Amari Lenzadi. I think that's how you say his name. I'm not sure. I don't follow him. I don't know anything about, because that group is kind of big on, like, doing crazy stuff that, like, to me, it doesn't matter. So, like, you're gonna party, go party. I don't need to watch you party. If you're gonna do stupid stunts, do stupid stunts. I don't need to watch you. So I don't really follow the group. I know of Jake Paul just because of all the shenanigans he does. I don't watch him consistently just because that's not my vibe or whatever. So, anyway, but they did raid that one, and they had some people that were brought out in handcuffs and stuff. Still at this point, nobody knows what's going on. Like, they just know it was a warrant. The warrant is sealed, so they weren't saying what it was about. And then right before I went to bed last night, they did have someone comment that it was in reference to some of the stuff that happened in Fashion Square in Scottsdale, Arizona during the protest. And so I'm not sure exactly or what we're going to find. At this point, I haven't seen anything that Jake Paul has responded. His lawyer did respond, but just to say that they're in full cooperation. But yeah, it's been kind of crazy. It's crazy. So that's what's going on with Jake Paul in the news. Stick with me. What I'm trying to do on this channel is to kind of, like, I love to keep up on the news. And so I feel like the other things that I was doing, I was, like, trying to do my normal keep up with everything and then come up with all this other content and stuff. And it was just not working for me. So, you know, I really like to know what's going on in the world and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to try to do on this channel, is keep you up to date, keep informed in interesting stories, at least stories that I find interesting. Jake Paul in himself, I'm not a huge fan of, but, you know, I don't think he's, in my opinion, very, like, he's just harmless, I guess, in the fact that he's a jokester. Like, I can't take him seriously for anything, right? So, but it is unfortunate that if this is related to that, I hope he didn't get himself into any trouble. And that's why I include this story in here, because even though I'm not a fan of Jake Paul, it's just hard for me to think that he's some kind of real hardcore thug, because I just don't. I just don't. I don't think he's a hardcore thug. I think he's like a jokester, a prankster, and it's just, if I'm sad to see if he got himself into trouble just trying to get views and doing stupid shenanigans. But that is a lesson to everybody else out there. Don't be stupid. Like, to get your content or whatever, but don't do stupid things. There's a line that you don't cross. Make sure you know what your line is. And so this kind of stuff doesn't happen. I'm interested to see why the guns were removed. I hope he had them registered. I mean, I'm not brushed up on the laws. I know that California is like really strict, and so that could be a bad thing for him. So, but I will be interested to see how this plays out. And yeah, so stick with me for more news and content.